episode of Ahsoka has come out today, and oh boy was this what a juicy one. I didn't even see that plot twist coming. And boy, what a plot twist it was. Anyway, this episode I think has largely been following with the third one, and pretty much follows up afterwards. I think what I'm really interested about was, yes, Sabine is fighting with both blasters and a lightsaber, and she doesn't have any force powers, according to Shin. Also, in fact, the character I thought actually was just, I think quite possibly maybe a Darth Vader wannabe, as was maybe quite common back in the days with the Dark Jedi. Actual fact was probably maybe some sort of Night Sister clone thingamabob, as he was full of gas. The other brilliant thing I think was just the fact of Morgan Elizabeth is about to launch her mission. She's got the coordinates and she's good to go. And boy, has things turned interesting. And we finally see Ahsoka fighting arguably the main field villain, which is quite good. Certainly an epic duel, and the fact she used her hand to hold the map and pull it off, burning herself. Also, I think the fact that Era arrived, but just a fraction too late. Oh yeah, she's also risking her career as well, apparently. Given the fact she's taken off without authorization, and the fact there's a meeting of the General Staff, leaving her Lebanese lieutenant trying to explain that to Rebel High Command. That was a brilliant detail. The other brilliant thing about the whole episode, I think, was the fact that it's getting close, and maybe they might be setting up a second season, I don't know, but it's only been entertaining to watch as the show has developed. Each and every one of the characters has been well written up until now. And the twist at the end of Sabine wanting to see Ezra again, and our Jedi friend wanting to use that against Sabine, so the fact she would actually let them go, so she could just see Ezra again, that was a brilliant touch. Just shows for a fact that Sabine doesn't feel like she's a true Mandalorian, and at the same time doesn't feel like for a fact that she has that strong enough connection that she once had to Hera and Ahsoka, given the fact she is not a Jedi and Force powers require Jedi training. The other brilliant twist was the fact that Ahsoka the fact that Ahsoka has always been measured up to Anakin, and the fact that Anakin spoke very highly of Ahsoka when it came to a Padawan. And yet Ahsoka doesn't really, and apparently the fact that Ahsoka abandoned Anakin for some strange reason, or at least that's what the Jedi said. But I don't know. I mean, there's been a lot of good stuff in each and every episode, and saying the fact that Ahsoka abandoned Anakin, she left the Jedi Order, there's no denying that, because she disagreed with how it did things. But also, the fact that she did betray Anakin does seem a bit far-fetched. But I think just how good it was, though. 2 lightsaber duels in one day. After a short space battle, I think the lightsaber fight was definitely well choreographed. As was, oddly enough, the fact that Sabine didn't necessarily was going to lose the duel, but she was basically spared another defeat because of the fact that Shin saw her thingamabob get killed. And now she goes back and plans to do it, but at the same time, Dorman thinks for a fact that Sabine could be very useful, given the fact she knows the way Ahsoka thinks, but also for a fact that they could probably bring Ezra along, given the fact what exactly have Thrawn and Ezra been doing all this time? Who knows what they might stumble into. But outside of that, I think just in general, everything's lining up. And whether or not they stop Thrawn from coming back it's now or never. They have to do it now, or end up in an entirely different galaxy, which could prove disastrous. I might explain why the fact that the New Republic ended up being caught with its pants down after the destruction of Hosnian Prime and all but collapsed. But beyond that, there's certainly been a lot of moving. The fact that the General Staff doesn't believe that Thrawn's a threat, given the fact he's so far away, or they think he's dead, Well, his body was never confirmed, and that's the main thing. But I think just in general, everything that Star Wars has done up until this point has been very well done. I mean, you have Hera's son actually wondering what to do. And of course, yeah, Hera Syndulla saying the fact that generals need to disobey orders and she can get away with it. But that's only going to be interesting when it tries to explain that both to the general staff and oddly enough to the senators, who probably think the fact she's a loose cannon needs to go. That was brilliant. I think just the fact, yes, back in the Rebel days, only how was their wits and their guts. General or no general, she's still a rebel at heart. And of course, she's used to thinking on her own initiative, something that doesn't quite usually fly well in a mainstream military, especially one that's been controlled by bureaucrats. And politics. Especially with idiot senators running it. But still, I really have enjoyed this episode as well. And I look forward to other episodes when it does come out. I can't wait till next week. And I hope for a fact it turns out to be as good as the next one. Well, thanks for watching. I've been the Universal Challenge. Hoping to catch you in the next one. And I'll see you then. Cheerio! Oh, don't forget to please leave a like, comment and subscribe. Cheerio again!